Hello, genealogy addicts, and welcome back to another episode of Craft Time with Auntie Jen. Now today we are going to be working on a shadow box, and I've been putting off doing this one because, well, it has to do with my dad. Now all of you know that my dad passed away on January 3rd of this year from mesothelioma. So for the past few months I've been trying to adjust to a new normal of life, and hence why videos have not been getting produced and uploaded, but you know, we have to move forward. Now I've had the idea for this shadow box for a few months now, but like I said, I put it off just until now, and since Memorial Day is here, I figured, you know what, this is the perfect time to release this video. So this shadow box that I'm creating today is a memorial frame for my dad, and not just any memorial frame. This one is to commemorate my dad's work in the VFW, also known as the Veterans of Foreign Wars. This is an organization that is for veterans, ran by veterans, for those who have served overseas, and it is to help them. My dad served in Vietnam in 1969, so he was eligible to join the VFW. The purpose of the Veterans of Foreign Wars is to foster camaraderie among the United States veterans of overseas conflicts, to serve our veterans, the military, and the communities, to advocate on behalf of all veterans, and to ensure that all veterans are respected for their service, always receive their earned entitlements, and are recognized for the sacrifices they and their loved ones have made on behalf of this great country. For more information about the VFW, contact them at their website listed below. Now, the VFW is an organization that followed organizations such as the GAR, the Grand Army of the Republic for Civil War veterans, and the American Legion as well. Now, I talked about the GAR in one of my other videos where I was researching Charles McCullough, my husband's second great-grandfather. So when you're done here, head over to that video and check it out. The link is in the description. Now, out of all the shadow boxes I really could create about my dad, the reason I am creating this specific shadow box is because, well, he started the local post in Eureka, Missouri. He wanted to make a local post available for veterans in the town to help them with their needs. And, well, Dad was all about community and helping people, so this made perfect sense. The VFW Eureka Memorial Post 5468 was created on August 10, 1995, and they received their post charter in March of 1996. The charter has 38 names on it, including my dad's name. And he was the first post commander actually holding that position for about, I think, 4 years. And then he became the post adjutant up until he retired from the post in 2016. With the help of Mom and I, and along with the new members that had joined the post, membership and post donations grew rapidly. And I can remember standing outside of Save-A-Lot and Rockwood Bank and Walmart handing out Buddy Poppies for donations. During the time of Dad's membership, the post had won all state honors for their hard work and dedication, and something that Dad took much pride in. They also hosted many events to honor veterans. So as you can see, Dad dedicated a lot of his time and energy into this organization, and it meant so much to him. That's why I'd like to create a shadow box to commemorate the work that he put into starting this post and his service as well. Now, the idea for this shadow box can be transposed into really any organization that your ancestor was a member of. I plan on doing another one actually for Charles McCullough, the one I just talked about, for his service in the GAR. Now, I've got a lot of special things to show you about that, but that's later on. So come back later for that video. But if you have an ancestor or a family member who served in a special organization such as American Legion or the Veterans of Foreign Wars, or even my grandma, she served in many Freemasons organizations. I can't even go into all of them. You know, so those are ideas, and I hope it creates inspiration for you to maybe create some shadow boxes or displays about your ancestors. So anyways, enough rambling. Let's get started on this frame. Now what you need to do before you start is to collect things. You need to collect information, you need to collect photos, items, anything you would like to put specifically in the frame that represents your ancestor. Now what started this whole thing for me was finding my dad's hat in his briefcase that I went through a few weeks ago. This is the hat that he would wear to the meetings, the last hat he would wear. Now, I have quite a collection of hats from my dad from when he was in the VFW. Every time they would get a special recognition, like all-state team, they would get a new hat to commemorate that. And he also had some others, such as this one when he was post commander and the years on it. So yeah, I had quite a few hats from my dad over the years, but I went with the hat that I did, this one here, because like I said, it is the last one that he wore, and he actually placed majority of these pins on his hat. I only added a few extra that I had from his collection. And side note, these are not all the pins my dad has in his collection. These here are many more pins from the VFW and some from the American Legion that I don't have any room to display with this frame. It would just crowd it way too much. So eventually I'm thinking about making another frame, but that's a story for another time. Let's get back to this. So I don't know the special reasoning behind some of these pins. I do know some of them, like this one is a past post commander, life legacy member, and just some other specialty pins that were awarded to the post. And I do have a friend of my dad's that I could talk to that was in the VFW that could tell me about these. And what I'll do, since I can't label all these on this frame, I will write what the meanings are of these pins and put it on the back of the frame so people can still know what these are for. But that'll have to come later once I talk to the friend. And like these pins here, I believe are special pins from when they had new members come in. So these will also be included. Now what you also see right here is my dad's badge that he used to wear to the meetings. This is the most recent one that he would wear, and as you see it says adjutant on it. So of course, you know, I have to include this with the hat. Now of course, what else do you need to include? Well, what else is more important than photos? You got to include photos in your shadow box. And I struggled with trying to find just the right photos to put in this frame because my dad had so many photos given the fact he was in the post for many, many years. Well, I went with a couple of special events that happened in the post. This one here being the first meeting that they had on August 10th, 1995. And this one here being a time when my mom and dad were at Eureka Days. Another special photo that we had, and this one here is the last photo of my dad from when he served in the VFW. This photo up here is really special too because the VFW put together a recognition walkway and memorial because of donations that were given to them. And this is at the community center in Eureka. Now what makes this really special right now is that on Memorial Day, annually, they will get together, have a little celebration, and they will read veterans' names who have passed on that were either in the post or in the town of Eureka. And this year, my dad's name is going to be on that list that they are going to be reading. So if you'd like to see that video, check it out in the description below. And of course, whenever you're putting photos in, if you can, put labels with them, or at least write on the backs of the photos of what the event is or what was going on. So yes, of course, here we go. We got the photos. Next, I made sure to type up a little label that talks about Dad's service in the VFW, where he was post commander, post adjutant, and he was also the 12th District Man of the Year in 2003. So yes, I had to include that when it comes to this. Also, what I had found in his wallet was his membership card stating he was a life member of the VFW, and that was given to him on September 1st, 1997. So of course, that's got to be included. And one of the things that I found in his briefcase from when he used to go to the meetings was the faceplate that says post adjutant. So that's going to have to go in there as well, because that was the position that he held the most in the VFW. I've also printed out one of many certificates that my dad and the VFW has been awarded throughout the years. I can't include everything. I already ran into that problem with trying to figure this all out. But this is just one award that they got when Dad was commander back in 1995, I believe, is when this one was. I don't see the date very well on that, but that is also included. Some of the photos are copies, some of them are originals that I had just trimmed, but whatever originals I had, I scanned in to my computer, so don't worry about that. And I wasn't sure in sizes, I just went with it. So yeah, that's all you can do sometimes. And last but not least, the one thing that I had to include was a buddy poppy. This represents all the buddy poppies that my dad has sold throughout the years as a fundraiser for the VFW. And this was the first major fundraiser that was conducted when the post was started. And as I said, I have many memories helping my dad try to raise money by selling buddy poppies, by standing out in front of the stores. He even wrote a beautiful article about buddy poppies that was published in the local paper in Eureka. And I'll include a link down below to that article about the buddy poppies. And if you'd like to make a donation to the Buddy Poppy program for the veterans, I will also include a link for that below. There we go. That is everything that I would like to include into this frame. But it's just going to take some work here, finagling, to try to get things to fit. So, oh, and the ribbon that's behind here was rolled up and put inside Dad's hat. So I know it has to be significant in some way. Again, I'll talk to the friend and ask him about that. But I wanted to add it in here to get some more color in here and really make it pop. So, well, let's get working on putting this together. Yeah, you gotta be careful with pins, you poke yourself. Ow. After you get things in place, it's always a good idea to test it and make sure everything's going to hold in place. And as you can see, yeah, some things were not holding in place, so I had to make some readjustments. All right, there you go. Now, as you can see, I had to add a few more extra pins throughout, really to kind of hold things in place. I was able to pin the hat using just some regular straight pins, but some of the other items I could not really attach to the felt that was behind it. It kept wanting to come off, so I used some extra pins to kind of hold some things in place, especially this piece down here because it was so heavy and I couldn't really just stick a pin through it, so I've got pins holding it in above it and next to it. But otherwise, I think it looks really, really good. Now let's just make sure it fits in the frame. All right, now I'm just gonna, you won't be able to see it because I'm not gonna flip it over. I'm just gonna fix those little hooks on the back that keep it all in. I'm just pushing it with my fingers right now because I don't want to flip it over and put it face front because some things might fall off. All right, there we go. And everything's in. What do you think? I think it looks really good. I think the true test will come though when we go to hang it up. So let's go ahead and do that now and see how well it fits. Like I said, I may have to adjust a couple of things, but I can take care of that. So let's go hang this up somewhere. Okay, here we are. I think I found the best place for it to go, and that is right here. This is a sign that I made and I put up around Valentine's Day. So I transfer my decor out every once in a while. So I think this is going to be the best place to go. So all I need to do is take this down, we'll put that away, and we'll take the frame that we just made, which is holding up real nicely so far, and we'll put it on this. Let's see. There we go. There. I think that looks really good. And you know what I'm going to put underneath here? Remember that article I talked about with my dad and the Buddy Poppies? I've got an actual copy of the original article that he wrote and that was published. So I had it hanging up just in my stairwell, trying to figure out where I really could put it as a final display. I think it's going to go perfect with this. There we go. I love it. I love it. I think that's the best place for it to go. Everyone can come over here and see it and just stand here and look at it. So yeah, I think that that's perfect. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it has sparked some inspiration for you to be able to create something like this for an ancestor of yours or a family member, your father, your brother, uncle, even grandma if she served in anything, moms, whatever. I hope this really has sparked inspiration for you. And I'm not gonna lie, I get a little misty looking at it because I really wish I could show my dad. But as my husband said, you know, as much as I'd want to show him, he'd be sitting there, why are you taking my stuff? Why are you taking it out of the house? Why are you putting it in there? That's my dad. But deep down, I think he would really love it. So anyways, thank you for joining me today on Craft Time with Auntie Jen. If you really enjoyed the video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, a like, and if you would like to see more videos of mine when I'm going to upload, because as you can tell, I'm not very good at uploading on a schedule. You know, life happens. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and change the notifications to all, so you'll be notified when I do finally get videos uploaded, because, you know, like I said, it's kind of sporadic right now, but, you know, I appreciate your support and, you know, being patient through this whole process that I'm going through with taking care of my dad's estate and my family and some other issues right now. And I really hope you enjoy the videos and come back often, because, like I said, I'm going to have some more videos. But anyway, that's all I got for you today. We'll see you later, genealogy addicts.